Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to our brand new Roblox Studio video. In today's video, we will be going over 5 different tips which I wish I had known before developing my first Roblox game. I'm just going to say a little couple things about myself. I've joined Roblox Studio in 2018 and really started developing during 2020, during when it first started the lockdowns because of COVID. Since I first started developing on Roblox Studio, I have released 5 Roblox games. So my first ever game that I released was Floppy Hangout. This was released in 2021. This whole game is associated around me, and it was built for the purpose or developed for the purpose of that players could join into the game, or fans of me could join into the game, hang out and kind of chat with me there. Now keep in mind there is really not much in the Floppy Hangout. It's just a map with a couple mannequins selling a bit of clothing. There isn't anything crazy like a shop system or like a sell system. It's very, very basic, and it's just a couple mannequins and just an NPC dancing around. There's not much in the game, but I mean it's great for a first game, I must say. So my second game is AFK until someone donates 5k Robux. Now this was quite trendy during 2021. This is when people were putting up their donation stands saying please donate to me, and in their Roblox game people would join and then they would donate, and then depending on how much they earned they would stay in that game so long, etc. This was quite trendy in 2021, but this is a very fairly basic game, map and a board, nothing crazy, nothing special. So I wouldn't actually even really class this as much of a playable game. All it is a place where people were able to come and donate. My third game that I released was the Neverending Road. Now this was my first actual real project that I wanted to do and wanted to complete as a team. The map is very, very basic. It is legit a road, and using script, it just never ends. That's how it works. It's just a road that never ends, basically. The never-ending road. So it continues to generate depending on how far you go. So as you guys can see here, actually, you can see now that I'm driving further, that actually the further the further the road is going, and it is currently just generating, and this will never end. You can drive for a year and the road will just continue to spawn and continue to go along. So the fourth game that I developed was actually a game that I released not too long ago. It was about 5 or so months ago now that I released this game. It's called Fish Magnet Simulator. This game I had been working on for about, I would say about 2 years, but it was a very on and off situation. It wasn't a full on, 2 years non-stop building and non-stop coding. It was kind of a 1 year, 2 or 3 months I would develop the map, and then I'd kind of lose motivation. And that's something we're going to cover in today's video, so stick around for that. Yeah, it was quite a long process, and then we had different coders mucking around and wasting my time. I mean, the one guy, he spent a whole 6 months and he said, oh, sorry, I can't do it, wada, and then he left and he blocked me. So, that's the things with development. You're going to always have those type of people, and I felt like it just kept happening until we found the one and only Knight. He was a lifesaver. He was able to complete the game, get up to a good standard, and actually run through the whole thing and actually complete it entirely so that it actually does work. But anyway, Fish Magnet Simulator is just like a magnet simulator, but instead you're running around with a fishing net, collecting fish, which you're able to then sell and purchase different nets, etc., purchase new worlds, and also get on the world leaderboards. So now we move on to the 4th or 5th game here now, which is my most recent game, Obby But You're a Fish. How this game works is you are completing an obby, but your Roblox character is a fish. So it's not your standard Roblox character, your character is a fish, and you have to complete this obby to get to the end. And then you're able to rebirth, purchase more fish skins, etc. And it's actually really enjoyable. I feel this is probably one of the best games I've developed so far, simply because it's unique, it's different, and I haven't seen any other sort of fish physics system, should I say. I mean, you don't often see an actual fish that flops around. Usually a fish, people will just go and do adjustments to the Roblox character, but this one is quite unique with you actually being a fish. So these tips are really aimed around anyone who is wanting to create their first Roblox game, or maybe wanting to improve from last time, because over time when you develop Roblox games you kind of learn from your past, and you learn from prior experience. For example, the Obby But You a Fish, there's a couple of things I changed in there which I have learned from the Fish Magnet Simulator or the Neverending Road game, and seeing, okay, what worked well, what went bad, what can I change, what must I include, you know, stuff like that, that you actually need to make sure to also include in how you develop the Roblox game. So the first tip is learn Roblox Studio. Know the main aspects of Roblox Studio, how everything works, the tools, how to use the toolbox if need be, how to add a script into a model, or know the main key things. And as the time of this recording this video, I'm actually currently working on a full guide tutorial on Roblox Studio, which goes over the main Roblox page, goes over the creator hub. It also goes in detail in Roblox Studio, so if you are needing a bit of a tutorial to go over the entire Roblox Studio, the entire Roblox platform, then that video will be for you. But it is key to know the main tools in Roblox Studio, so you're not scratching your head thinking, what do I do now? Oh, let me click that part. Oh no, that's not what I want. You know, have a little bit of prior experience, have a play around with Roblox Studio, and you need to know the knowledge of Roblox Studio to be able to create a nice functional Roblox game. Now, obviously, if you are very, very new to Roblox development, you may not exactly know much about Roblox Studio. It all takes a little bit of time to get used to Roblox Studio, used to all the different things, but over time, and once you start working with Roblox Studio a lot more, then you obviously get the hang of it. The first thing that I would personally recommend for anyone who is trying to learn Roblox Studio or learn what the main things do is either follow a tutorial or actually go and try build something using Roblox parts. My first ever build was actually an ice cream shop. I thought it would turn out magnificent. I thought I like the best builder in the entire country. But in reality, I look back at it now and it wasn't very good. But at the time, I thought it was absolutely magnificent. So, you know, you got to also have a little bit of practice in there. You got to experiment, you got to try it out. And then the more you try out, the better your knowledge is going to become of Roblox Studio. So the second tip is plan out your Roblox game and brainstorm ideas. So you may think, oh, okay, I've come up with an idea that I'm going to have a dog bath simulator, and now I'm going to go and join into Roblox Studio, slap it on the base plate, throw a couple of models in of a dog, a bath, and the game's done. No, that is not how a professional or a good Roblox developer is going to be able to create their game. What you need to do is you need to plan in advance. Every single game that I've developed, I've always gone to the Google Drive on Google, gone and created a document, and then gone and planned my ideas. So the couple things that I would actually mention in there is I'll write down what I'm thinking, and then I would eventually go back to the start and change up a couple things and kind of work around the idea. So, okay, let's say you do have a dog wash bath simulator idea. You go information. Okay, and then you write all your information about how you would want the game to work. The dogs would be loaded out of the car into the dog bath, you know, stuff like that. You need to plan it so that you can actually have a better understanding. Now, this just also allows me to also have a better understanding of what I'm actually aiming to do. And then I'm able to break down the key things and improve on them. So instead of me just having okay, I want a game that is about a dog bath, I'm able to think, okay, hold on, what can we actually do to improve that? What can we do to make it a bit more unique, a bit different, and it not just being about you washing dogs in the bath the whole time? You also need to think outside the box, come up with new ideas. As mentioned, brainstorm new ideas, brainstorm more cooler things that could be in your game, and just placing it down on a document just gives it a much better understanding of what you're actually trying to do. Not necessarily that anyone is going to read it, but personally for you, so you can jot down your ideas. I mean, sometimes when I'm in school now and I'm not doing anything, or I've completed the work, or we're sitting in the class doing nothing, I'll come up with a game idea, or I'll come up with an update idea. I'll log on the computer. That's what my game is thinking. That's what I'm thinking. And by the end of the hour, I've come up with a game idea. I've come up with an update idea, and it's all on the document. My head is filled with the information that I'm on how I'm wanting this game. I could go home right now, and I could go and develop that game, get it all up and running, because now I have a much better understanding of how that Roblox game could go, especially, and I do that with the Obby But Your Fish updates. There's a couple updates, and even actually the Fish Magnet Simulator, every single update that I've had, I've always gone onto a document, I've planned out the update, what's going to be in the update, what is going to be there, What's going to change? What am I going to improve? Stuff like that. It's a great, absolutely the best way to be able to progress in your Roblox game when you're first starting out. So the third tip that I'm going to give you here today is motivation. Now, motivation isn't necessarily a tip. I mean, you can't take much from motivation, just the word motivation. But what I mean by motivation is a must-have when developing your Roblox game. Because the last thing you want is to be developing your game and then you're just like, oh, I'm so bored of developing this game. You mustn't be bored when developing a game. The moment you start getting bored of developing a game, you must find a way to motivate yourself again. Come up with new ideas, stuff like that. And a couple of you may be wondering, what is motivation? Motivation is basically what pushes you to go and achieve that or go and do that. What pushes you? So let's say motivation, for example, let's say you want to live in a mansion when you're older. The motivation or your goal would actually be that. So, okay, I'm going to go and develop this Roblox game so I can go and live in a mansion later. That would be your motivation. Same thing with developing a Roblox game. Okay, my motivation is to get this Roblox game done so I can release it and share it with the family, for example. So I would go, okay, let me develop this game, building up the game, scripting, whatever. Then I would, lovely motivation that the family's waiting to see the game. I finish the game. There you go, family. And then that is your motivation. Your motivation is to impress the family. That's the key thing. You need to have motivation, because the moment you start slacking off, the moment you start not feeling energy, not feeling positive about the game, is when the game will flop and when the game will actually decline, and you won't want to develop on it. So the fourth tip that I have for you is make sure your game is fully finished with minimal bugs. Now, what I mean by this is the last thing you want to do is go and mention, oh guys, I'm releasing a game this weekend, yada yada yada. Come join me in at 3 p.m. today, and we'll play this game and we will release this game to you, and let's go have a bunch of fun. Great, okay, excellent. They rock up there, 3 p.m. Right, we're ready for the game. Okay, right, folks, the game's ready. Public released now. They join in, the game's not even finished, the game's buggy as heck, it's not playable, the map's half apart, and it's not completed. You don't want to release a game when it isn't fully completed and has a bunch of bugs. That's the last thing you want. Simply because when they see that, they're most likely never ever going to join again, simply because all the hype is gone and they've just been disappointed by the outcome of that game. So what you need to do, and it actually even happened on my Fish Magnet Simulator, I had to delay the game, I think it was about 2 or 3 weeks, simply because we wanted the game to be finished and with minimal bugs. And that's what tends to be the biggest deal breaker when developing a game, is bugs. Bugs play a major part in how your Roblox game actually goes, on how it works. Because if there is a bug in the script, or there is an issue or an error in the code, it will impact the whole entire game in creating maybe an error, or it just won't be fully completed. And that's not what Roblox users want. They want a fully functional working game. Now, the best way to solve this is by doing team testing, or testing with a variety of friends, or maybe some random Roblox users. And all you do is you just finish your game, you finish the map, you finish the coding, you have all the systems that you want in for this release time. You test it, you make sure it 100% works, you fix any issues that are there, and then once it's done, go ahead and release it. This just prevents it from people having a bad knowledge of what your Roblox game is going to be like, simply because players don't want to join into a game that is half-hearted and half done. They want to join into a game where there is very minimal bugs. There is an exception when you actually do go and release the game and there is maybe 1 or 2 bugs, in the game. Oh no, end of the world. Then you're able to go fix them. But you don't want to go and release a game that is not even playable, because the last thing, people are just going to leave straight away. They're not going to muck around. Oh, hold on, I'm clicking the mouse and nothing's happening here. Oh. They're just going to go and like, you know what, this is quite boring, I'm getting bored now, I'm going to go leave the game. So you need to make sure that you keep players' attention in the game, you keep them in the game, and the best way to do that is not have any issues, not have any bugs, and then you're good to go. Now, the fifth and final tip that I'm going to give you here today, there's a lot of other tips that I can suggest, and there's a lot of other stories and a lot of other information that I can provide for you, but I've been recording here for about an hour already, yapping along. My throat is starting to dry up here. I need a cup of tea. Monetization is key in your Roblox game. Now, monetization, if some people do not know, is basically your revenue side of it. How you're going to advertise it, how you're going to get Robux back to you, how you're going to profit from the game. So this could vary from game passes to also developer products. Those are all your monetization things, and also advertisements, etc. How you're going to monetize the game. But anyway, we'll get into that a little later on here. So the best thing to include in your game is make sure you have game passes. Make sure you have developer products where people can maybe purchase currency, or maybe a donation board. It is key to have that, because if your game doesn't include any way of players actually purchasing anything like a developer product, that if there are no developer products, no game passes, the only way you're going to actually get revenue is by premium payouts. Now, if you don't know what premium payouts are basically, depending how long a premium player, a player on Roblox who has premium, plays your game, will depend how much Robux you get. It's not on Robux every minute. You can do the conversion on Google. It's very easy to search up how much do you get paid for premium payouts, stuff like that. So that would be the only way you actually get revenue from your game if you do not include game passes or developer products. And now the pay from premium payouts, it's okay if you have a large amount of premium players, but when you're first starting out on Roblox, it's not necessarily the best. You're wanting max profit. So the best way to make sure that you do profit from your Roblox game is have some game passes. And even if the game passes aren't necessarily even worth it, add them anyway. You never know. Someone could purchase it. I mean, you could have let's say you were having a +1 jump game. Okay, you'd want to have a ×2 jump height speed, or ×2 jump power, for example. Do you get a ×2 jump where instead of them just jumping +1 jump each time, they're actually going +2 jump each time, which is actually doubling on how quickly they're going to get to the top or get more points. So instead of a player getting 1 point, they may get 2 points. Those sort of game passes where it doubles their stats, which you could maybe sell for 150 Robux, 200 Robux. It really depends. You also got to make sure to price your items correctly. So key thing is game passes. Have game passes. Include them no matter what. Even if your game doesn't necessarily need game passes, find a way to include them so that you can maximize profit. Same with developer products. Developer products are not necessarily always needed. I mean, for my first couple of games, I never even used developer products. But now that I've gone and created the Obby But Your Fish, I use developer products more than game passes, because I feel developer products are actually a great way to get more revenue, because they are a multi-purchased thing, where game passes, they are just a one-time purchase, and that's that. I mean, an example of a developer product in my Obby But Your Fish game is the kick all, or the kill all, or the whale hunt, stuff like that, where people are able to purchase it multiple times instead of just the one time. Now, this is great, especially if you've got a currency game and you're wanting players to maybe purchase 100 coins for 10 Robux. I mean, then they just click on the icon that says 100 coins, 10 Robux, bada bing, bada boom, it's done, job done. And then you've got your Robux there and they get their 100 coins. I mean, it costs absolutely nothing to create a game pass or a developer product. It's legit free money if you can get them working. So game passes and developer products are key when you are developing a game. Having monetization in your game, keeping players in the game and allowing them to also purchase things. Now, keep in mind, not every single person who plays your game is going to purchase the developer product or the game pass. And you've got to make sure the game pass stands out so that people are aware. Oh, look, there's a rainbow fish there. Oh, yeah, I'll buy that. Yeah, why not? So you've got to make sure it's also out there, and you just got to make sure to include those things to maximize your profit. So I've been rambling on way too long. My throat is about to fry up here. It feels like I've just been out in the Sahara Desert for about a week. and I haven't drank any water. So anyway, I'm gonna go get a nice cup of tea. But if you guys did enjoy today's video, please do let me know down in the comments. And if you'd like to see more videos like this of me giving you tips, etc., and giving you my prior Roblox Studio experience, Roblox game experience, please do let me know. I'd love to know if you guys would like to see more videos like that. But if you guys did enjoy today, make sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications. I'd really appreciate it. But anyway, I will see everyone in the next Roblox Studio video. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see everyone next time.